Hi deputies. We all know how important flexibility is, right? But do we do it? Hopefully the answer is yes, but just in case the answer is no, this video is designed to show you how to get a simple stretch on. And this is going to be your level 1 stretch. So if flexibility has been something that you've been lacking, then this is where you want to start. So this will be great for a post-workout, and it should take 5 to 10 minutes. So we've got a couple of things to use here to help us. One is the chair, and the second is a strap, which these can be picked up on Amazon or Target, any of the sports stores, super cheap, and they can come in handy. So we're going to use that today to kind of aid some of our stretches and increase our range of motion. So we're going to start with our most favorite, which is going to be our hamstring stretch, so the back of the legs. Okay, so scooch to the edge of your chair and then extend one of your legs out. And this is where using the strap can come in handy, because I'm going to loop this strap around the ball of my foot. So you don't want it to be anywhere else. You want it to be at the top of your foot. And this strap is nice because it has handles. So it gives me a little leverage to pull those toes straight up to the ceiling. And then I'm going to lean forward. So what you want to do here is you want to keep your chest up and you want to lean from your hips only so that we're elongating that leg. And you should feel a pretty good stretch without too much range of motion, even if you are a little bit flexible. So take a few deep breaths. Allow yourself to relax into these stretches. That's going to allow the muscle to relax a little bit. And you'll notice that at about 20 seconds, you'll feel a little bit more range of motion as you stay there. And then come on up. Good. Let's switch sides. Let's go ahead and get that next hamstring. I'm going to turn to the other side so you can definitely see. Loop that band around, extend it out, sit up nice and tall, and from the hips, hinge forward. Relax into it. Notice that one side is probably a little bit tighter than the others. That's okay, that's normal. So what you want to do is try and really ease into wherever you're at. Okay, and then come on up. Let's go ahead and release that. I'm going to put the band to the side for now. The next step is going to be the quadriceps. So we get really tight in our quads and in our hips, especially if you've been doing all those squats that are part of your workout program. So a really great way to target that is you want to tuck one leg under. Now I'm still at the edge of the chair, so I'm allowing that leg to go straight down. And then I'm going to grasp the chair and lean back. So you should feel a pretty good stretch here through the front of your body. Now from the side, you can also turn, let that foot hang, and I'm going to make sure for me that my knee is behind my hip, but you may be only right here, and that's okay. And then you just lean back. So we're really pressing through those hips, and make sure that you're not opening to one side. Try and remain as square as possible, and feel that stretch right through those hip flexors, through those quads. Relax those shoulders. Good, and come on up. Let's switch sides. So we're either going to tuck under or we're going to turn to the side and let that foot hang. Find a good point here to open up that hip, square those hips, and then lean. If you want to, you can add that arm so you can reach on up. That will also help extend through that body. And add a little bit of back stretch, add a little bit of hip flexor, and then come on back. Good. So next up, we've got our glutes. They're usually pretty tight, and they're also one of our big stabilizing muscles. So we want to make sure that we got good mobility there. So for the seated stretch, I'm going to have you put your leg right on your other. Okay, so ankle resting on your thigh. You never want it on the knee. And then just lean forward. So it probably shouldn't take much. I'm just going to kind of relax into it, and I'm feeling a pretty good stretch through my hip, outer glute, and then play around with your positioning. See if you can get a little bit deeper into those glutes, into those hips. Good, and then come on up, let's switch sides. So always making sure that we get both sides, right? Just like with strength training, you want to make sure that we're paying attention to both of those sides. They both need love. Good, and lean forward. See if you can breathe into this. If this is particularly uncomfortable, just back up a little bit. You don't want to be at that point where you're shaking with stretching. You want it to be able to relax. Okay, and then come on up. Last stretch while we're sitting here for the body. We're going to work our way up. I want you to put your knees together. Okay, cross one hand over. Then reach behind you for that chair and open through that chest. So what I want you to do is take that back shoulder and lead. And if your neck is comfortable enough, add in that neck twist and look over that back shoulder. Stay up nice and tall. Big deep breaths. And then come on back. Let's do the other side. So reversing that grip. So hands on the thigh first. Reach for that chair and twist. Look over that back shoulder if you can. If you can't, even if you're just here, just open through that chest. Look over that back. And then come on back to center. So that's really good for our erector muscles, our ab muscles. If you get fatigued through the back during the day, that can be a really critical one to loosen up all of those back muscles that tend to clench and get stressed during the day. So next up, triceps. So I want you to take that hand up, palm to your back, pull down. Open up that chest, so don't let yourself collapse. Open up, sit nice and tall. Pull towards your midline. This should be good for your lats as well. We're getting those in this strength training round. Good. Switch sides. Pull in. Now, hopefully you are holding these stretches on your own a little bit longer than I am. This is mainly just to show you a good technique video. Next up, we're going to go back to using our strap here. So if you want, you can stand up or you can remain seated for this, but most important, I'm going to go ahead and stand on up and move back here. So most important is that you want to get a width that feels comfortable, that allows you a little bit of range of motion here, and you're going to take it up and take it back to where you can get it. Okay? For some of us, we might be here, and that's okay. But if you can get it all the way down and bring it back up, that's going to allow some good shoulder mobility. Okay? So up and back. And then challenge yourself here. The more narrow you come in with this strap, the more it's going to target through those pec muscles. You'll probably feel a pull right here where those pec muscles attach, maybe through the shoulders too. But you'll notice that you're probably pretty tight there. We all are. So this is a great stretch. Again, hold or go through dynamic movements. It's up to you. But challenge yourself by how close your hands can get. All right. Next up, I'm going to drop that band and I'm going to clasp my hands behind my back. So for some of you, if you're really tight through these shoulders, or we spend a lot of time at a desk, right? We might be a little bit tight, so holding the hands here might be all you're ready to do. But if you want, you can extend it out, look up, and really allow those shoulder blades to drop. Allow those front shoulders to drop away. Okay? Lastly, we're going to go for a nice bicep stretch. So hands come out to the side, palms face up. Then flex those hands. Okay? And give it a good rotation. Go the other way. Good. Give them a good flex one more time. Always end with an inhale. And exhale. There's your level 1 stretching, guys. Enjoy.